Okay, so I've been doing a lot of thinking, and I usually get up about this time every day, if not earlier, because there's so much going on. But, anyways, I felt like maybe I could give you a little bit more clarity on the situation, but also you need to consider giving me clarity because although you think that you didn't do anything, something happened along the way for you to think that it was okay to tell me that you messed with a girl. You let her eat you out. Did you think that that wouldn't affect me? It affects me, but it just affected me in a different way than it probably would have affected you. So if you say that you made it up, then you lied to me just as long as I lied to you, if not longer. I don't believe that it was a lie. If you did it, it's fine. I am okay with that. But from here on out, we need to right our wrongs, take responsibility for it, and move on. The reason why I don't believe that you made that shit up is because how you went about it. Had you done it different, then I would be like, oh yeah, maybe she did make it up. But I don't believe you made that up because it went on for too long for me. And that was partial, not saying it's the fault of, that was partially what helps me make the decision that I decided to make. Because I felt like nobody don't give a fuck about me. Nobody ever has. The people that claim they do, they come and go in and out of my life. They don't stay. So what makes you any different? You know? That's all I'm thinking at the time. And every time that you've ever thrown up getting a divorce or breaking up or whatever, I've not wanted it. So it has not been a mutual thing. At this moment, that time, it was mutual. I didn't give a fuck what you had to say, what you did, because I was over it. And I knew we were getting a divorce. But over time, it eventually worked itself out. And that's why it went the way it went, I guess. I mean, I don't know, but I know that I had to stop it now. I had a hard time when I was going through it and when it was trying to resolve itself. When I ended it, that's when things began to show light in our relationship again, because I knew that things were never going to get better, that we were really going our separate ways. And we didn't do a whole lot of talking then. Maybe you did, but I didn't because I didn't know how. Over time, I've learned that through you. So I've learned so many things through you that I can't even compare what you are to me, what everybody else has been to me or is to me. So, I mean, it took me a long time to come to realization. It did. But, I mean, it is what it is. I can't help it. So 37 years later, I'm finally getting it. It's sad, but I'm getting it. So, as far as that day goes, I just took it like, you know what? She wants a divorce. I want a divorce. We getting a divorce. I don't know how we're about to go about it, but we getting it. And just fuck it. What makes this situation any different than anything in my past? It didn't. Because for one, I'm trying to talk to your mama once again, give her a second chance, because this is not the first time she's done it. It's the second time. Keep that in mind. And when I seen that message that said, answer your phone, I'm calling you on three-way in the group message, that made me livid. I can't express to you how bad I wanted to punch people in the face right that moment. But I didn't. I was just like, oh, they got me fucked up. So I had flashbacks because I started feeling like y'all were treating me like my mom and AG treat me. And you know how I feel about that. So I don't even need to explain that. So at that moment, I said, you know what? I don't got no fucking body. I thought I had somebody, but I don't got no fucking body. Why am I worried about what people think or won't and all that stuff? We're supposed to be done. We're done. In my eyes, you said divorce, I'm saying divorce, fuck it. So that's why I started doing what I wanted to do from that very moment. Then it also phased in about this girl that you let eat you out. Yeah, I didn't flip out about it because you know me, I'm just kind of like nonchalant, but I thought about it here, I thought about it there, but I let that shit go because I love you more than that. What really pisses me off is how you said all these descriptive things about this girl, but will fail to tell me her name. So that's why occasionally I turn my Facebook off, because when I'm going through shit, I don't want this bitch knowing I'm going through shit with you and then me post it. So I just deactivate because I don't know who the fuck on my page is the one watching it and all the story that you made up. So do you not think that that story factors into anything that has to do with us? Because it has over time, and I just been trying to deal with it. And so to me, that's why I don't believe that you made that shit up. If you really truly made it up, God knows I don't know, But you know what? It don't even matter anymore. I want us both to right our wrongs, whether it really happened and you gonna come out and say it and say what needs to be said. I don't even fucking care about the details of it. I just want to know the bitch's name, and I want to be done with her so I can get her off my page and move the fuck forward, because I don't need nobody like that in my life. I don't need that in my life, and I'm okay with that, because you're more important to me than it. Right? So that girl doesn't have any factor into our marriage. That girl doesn't have any factor into our children and stuff. So it is not gonna matter to me to lose that person. I mean, and I will forgive them. I will, because, you know, it is what it is. I'm a forgiving person. I say what I need to say and I move the fuck on, because that's just how I am. I don't fucking grudge on shit, because there's no point. My mama taught me how to grudge and it got me nowhere. So that's why I don't hold grudges anymore. It's no point. I forgive motherfuckers and let them keep moving. And so that was a factor. So let me make this clear. The factors of no. The number one factor was I tried to call your mama, give her a second chance, see where she coming from, talk to her, and then she tried to do me, double team me again. That was the first thing that factored in. That was the icing on the cake for me, because there was already other shit. The second thing that factored in is the fact that you said divorce, and I agreed. I never agreed. I have never agreed when you said divorce or a breakup. Never agreed more. So what the fuck I got to lose? Third, the chick. Oh, you fucked this chick and you just think I forgot about it. Like she magically just disappeared. Oh no, she ain't disappeared. She ain't went fucking nowhere. Fucking nowhere. And I need to know who she is. So that factored in. So all three of those things factored in. It's just like, give a fuck for why. What matters for why? Nothing fucking mattered in that moment. Period. And over time, period. The shit didn't matter. But I will tell you something. I never told that man I loved him, because I did not. I love him as a person, because he's a good person when it comes to dealing with the kids. But whenever he said, love y'all to the kids, I just said, hey, tell y'all's daddy y'all love him, because I don't want to give him false impressions. It never occurred to me that he liked me like that, because I felt like he was married. He knew what the plan was. I'm married. He knows what the plan was. I have never had no intentions on being with him. And furthermore, that situation just showed me why I wouldn't be with him. The nigga is crazy, period. And the reason why I had him around is because the girls need him. And the reason why he didn't say anything is because I told him. I said, you know what? I'm not going through this shit with you again. You want your family, you work for your family. I want my family, I'm going to work for them. So I'm stop fucking with you, because I wasn't fucking with him to be with him. Because if it was that was the case, I'd have been with him a long time ago. I'd have been with him then when I said we're divorced and you said we're divorced. I'd have been with him then. But I got to fucking lose. But I prayed about it and prayed about it and prayed about it, and God showed me he ain't for me. So even if me and you don't decide to be together, that motherfucker won't be with me unless he did a fucking 360 forward backwards. He's not for me. He's for Sparkle. He's been what his purpose has served, and that's what it is. I hate to say that, and I know it sounds bad, but it is what it is. I want you, babe. I don't want that nigga. Never wanted that nigga. He only got one thing that I wanted, and you know what? It really ain't that serious to me. You know why? Because I decided between how am I going to work through this? Yes, I still like weenie. I do. It's important to me. However, I found a really good vibrator that works for me. And one of the times you and I had sex, were intimate, made love, whatever you want to call it. And I felt like you could definitely meet my needs. So that wasn't the case. That was none of the case. And yeah, I get it. You're going to be gone sometimes and you have to work, or I'm going to be gone sometimes and I have to work. That really wasn't a factor. It had something to do with it. Minimal, very minimal, because I can still hold my own whether you're here or not. I know what the fucking do if I need sex. So I can tell you for sure that probably enabled it, but that wasn't something that is going to keep enabling it, because I make the choices of whether I want to keep doing it or not. So you being gone don't necessarily tremendously factor in. It might have a pinch, like dime size of an effect, very minimal, because I know how to take care of myself. You know, I know how to take care of myself sexually, all of that. So that's not a factor for me. And it all just came to me. Like when we got married, I really wanted to be with you. I really love you. And I could see myself spending the rest of my life with you. However, you can't expect me not to have feelings about my mama or my daddy being present and like okay in the process, because those are my parents and I've always wanted their approval. Always wanted their approval. It's always been so very important to me because those are my parents, right? You have your mama's approval. I don't have mine. But I'm starting to be okay with it because God said that he put us together for a reason, and everybody else's opinion, factor in the situation don't matter, because at the end of the day, we take care of each other. We don't need anybody to take care of us because we have each other's back. And when I realized that, so much things opened up for me, and I'm okay with it. I'm okay with if my mama don't ever want to be around us again. I don't give a fuck. You know why? Because I had you. I'm okay if AG acts like she acts for the rest of our lives. I'm okay because I had you. So my dad's a good person, but he is on drugs. And that's what I said to my mama that night. I said, why didn't you tell my dad was on drugs like that? Like, why? Because my dad has the potential to be this amazing person, but he can't be because he is influenced by drugs. And that is why God made me make this promise that if he's going to turn my life around, I have to commit so heartedly to not do any type of marijuana type drug or period, because it's very addictive. And I clearly can have the trait because look with my daddy, he can't even control his life at this point. And so also, just to make it clear, I never fucked on Mario without being high. The day I decided to try to like be around him and not be high, he said that I was being a bitch and our personalities just didn't click. The only time we could be together is when we were high. He's fucking crazy. I mean, he's a good person. He has good intentions, but he's fucking crazy and he's not for me. He brings too much of my trauma back from with Jamal. So I definitely couldn't fuck with him, no matter which angle you look at it from, unless, like I said, he did a 360 forward and backward. And still then I would probably have to really dig deep inside, because he's just not for me. He's the kid's dad, what he's supposed to be. They need him because they don't need to be like me and you. And I have boundaries with him. And so that's why I brought him around. He understood how things were. So I guess that's why he was trying to work so hard to be with Sparkle and do right by her now. Because he knew I wasn't fucking with him. You're not for me, Mario. You're not for me. And so that's how I'm able to keep that boundary from here on out, after I decided that I'm going to work harder and try to get us back on track. And I could see things being changes being made. I prayed and all that. So like I said, I can't get high. Although it makes sex so much more better, I realize I cannot eat edible. I cannot smoke weed. That's why I wouldn't do it when I would go out with the girls, because it would make me horny and all I want to do is hump on you. And you weren't home for me to hump on you. You were at work most of the time. So, I mean, we just want to stick to alcohol if that's what we decide, because, I mean, that's just something to help us relax, and if need be, you know, and it doesn't have that much control over me. So like I told you, God told me, you're not allergic to weed. You're not allergic to marijuana. You just don't need to do it because you make poor decisions when you do that. And so that was one of the factors as well. So, I mean, I could sit here and explain the shit to you all day long, and just to make you feel like you got the clarity you needed, regardless if you decide to stay with me or not. I'm at peace with shit so much that whether you decide to leave me or stay with me, I'm going to be okay with it regardless, because God said he going to take care of me. No matter who the fuck is here for me or not, he is going to take care of me. And he's shown me ever since last Sunday, he's been taking care of me left and right. And I never realized how much God has been taking care of me. But once I stopped being mean, once I came up out of that funk, once I stopped being so depressed, so much things are happening around me and so many people love me, like, and I didn't realize it. And it doesn't take people that are close to you to love you to make you feel like you're a good person. It's just the people that you're around, you know? I mean, anyways, like I said, I mean, I could keep talking to you till I'm blue in the face and you keep saying that it's this or it's that or whatever. But like God said, if we can't bind as one and become as one, we ain't gonna make it. So if you feel like that you can't do that with me, then say so. And I understand. And we can start working on a plan to devise to go our separate ways. I just feel like this was the best time. Yes, it could have ruined what the events had in store, But we are in the process of packing this house up and leaving it behind so that we can start a new life together. So I felt like what better time than now to do that? Pack our shit up. I'll let you know what happened to, me, what I did that was wrong, and right my wrongs, right? And so then we could start fresh. We could start fresh, completely fresh together. No matter what you did or didn't do, no matter what I did or didn't do, I'm forgiving it. And I'm moving on. But this is the thing. If you can't forgive me, we cannot move on, because I don't want you to be with me because of the kids. I know that you at one point used to love me. You used to love me. You used to enjoy being with me. I feel like we had more of that than we didn't. So that's why I'm willing to keep going and keep working towards it. And I know that every day is not going to be perfect or great. God has shown me that. But in so many words, he will help us work through it if we both put him above our marriage. That's only how we're going to make it. That's only how we're going to keep going. That's only how we're going to survive. And I want to touch on this topic of you see how your mom felt to be stabbed in the back. Okay, I understand. I get it. But the difference between me and Brad is I came to you and told you what I did. Brad did not come to your mom and tell her what he did. She had to find out on her own. I decided I didn't want that to be you because you said time and time again that you'd rather find out from me than find out from someone else. So I'm letting you find out from me. And you said, oh, you're going to have to start telling the kids when they get old enough that you're the one that caused this. And I don't give a fuck. It was my decision. I messed up. I fucked up severely. I understand. And I'm going to show the kids that it happens, but we're human. Things happen, but we're human. Things happen, but we're human. So I don't give a fuck. Send whoever my way. Your mama, my mama, your daddy, my daddy, your grandma, whoever. I don't give a fuck now. I'm done caring what everybody cares about me. I don't care. They can think what they want to. Whole tendencies, yeah, I have them, but I'm over it. I am trying to be better. I want to be better with you. I want you to be better. I want me to be better. I want us to be better. I want us to have what we wanted to have. And that is why I'm talking to you. But from this point forward, I will not tell you anything else about that situation until you can tell me about the situation you created for us, because you created one whether you think you did or not. You created one by telling me either A, that it was a girl that you fucked around with, she ate you out, you didn't do nothing to her. Oh, okay. Do I believe it? Maybe, maybe not. Then you're going to tell me now you admit, oh, I made this story up. Well, you made up a hell of a story because you had a whole lot of different little factors in your story that wasn't clicking for me. So I started thinking about it, trying to make it make sense, and the shit don't make sense. So until you can give me clarity, I don't want to go forward from this point of anything. I'll let you have all the time you need, but eventually it's gonna be done. God's will be done, whether we want it to be or not. If he don't think that me and you are going to be able to move past this, he ain't going to let us. He already told me. So I'm fine with that. I've accepted everything that I've done wrong. I've accepted the shit and I'm moving on. I don't have to be broken forever. And I won't be broken forever. I'm fixing that shit now. So I'm telling you now so we can move forward in life. And if you want to move forward with me, I want to move forward with you. But I got to know that you want me, not just want us to be together for the kids' sake. And I know we're going to have hard times. And even if we need to go to counseling, whatever you need, we can get it. Because I realized that you had my best interest at heart this entire time. Whatever I needed, you make sure I had. So I never wanted for anything. There are many times we fell off where I had a want or a need, but for the most part, in general, I never wanted for anything, and that's why I didn't want him. He was just convenient for the time being. Convenient for the time being, and that's it. So, I mean, if you don't believe me after me saying all this, that's your decision. I can't make you believe me. I can't make you trust me. I can't make you anything. That happens over time. So I get it, but I'm willing to work through whatever little story you created or did not create and it really happened. I'm willing to work through that. Let's right our wrongs. Let's get through this. Let's make our plan if we're going to be together. If we're not, let me know so I can try to figure out where the fuck I'm going after this. Because, okay, I'm going to help you pack this house up. Okay, I'm going to still do whatever we are supposed to do for the kids. But I need to start getting myself together if I'm going to be an individual now. So let me know. I still love you. I always love you. Forever, always. It's true. I love you.